We are back, we are back, we're back. You are listening to Soul Perspectives here on CKUT 90.3 FM. My name is Dominique-Ferguson, and I'm in studios with
Renee Jordan.
And we have on the air with us MCity Solo, Montreal Solo, if you know him. And yeah, he's a local artist here in Montreal. And Renee, before the break, you had a question that you wanted to ask.
So you mentioned that you do a lot of school tours. And I was just curious how those school tours go. I mean, do you just come on and sing, or is there like a message that you try to impart to them first? Or are you trying to motivate them? Like, what's the grounds for the school tours?
Well, the breakdown is a message and performance, but what we usually do is we actually invite an artist out to perform as well. We had a host, an opening act from a different artist, and then when I come on, I usually do a speech. I perform, speech, perform again. One of our best years ever, one of them, because we had many awesome years with a lot of awesome features, but our best year was with Bad News. He was opening all the shows, and yeah, so he would come, kill it with the harmonica. No teacher, no student expects to ever see that. Teachers liked it because it was the harmonica. Students liked it because he would do it on new age beats. And yeah, so he would do that, and he would explain to them that just the same way no one expected to see him do that, it's the same way you can do whatever you would like to do in life as long as you if you focus on your goal. And then my message was always just to be yourself. It was always to be yourself, to focus on your future, to focus on, even as you're in high school, you could start thinking about the future. It was really just to not waste your time in school. That was really my message, because as a student, I was someone in school who was wasting time. So it's like, if I knew half the things I knew, I would actually take in school more serious. And that was really the message, to try to get them to understand that, they're in a great position right now, and they need to take advantage of it while they have people around them that care. And yeah, and we just really encouraged them, and yeah, it was like a party at the end of the day. The kids would miss the bus. That's when I realized we were doing something good, when students would take the chance to miss the bus, and I was like, whoa, I never did that for an assembly. As soon as assemblies were done, we were like, oh, it's almost time for the bus, and we would leave early. But at our shows, they would wait, miss the bus, all types of things. Parents have to come get them, and so the message though was really believe in yourself and take advantage of the opportunities you have around you.
And what would you say is the best thing that anybody has ever told you, or any of the students have ever told you after a performance?
There's been a few. There's one time where there was a teacher, because I used to perform this song called Mary. It's a deep record. If you guys get time, check it out it's on my website as well, on the Khalil album. But it's about a girl who's been molested, and it's a whole story song. But teachers would come up to me after and be like, you don't know this, but I'm married, and that was big for me. I would see people crying. It would just be different. And then student wise, there's been a few students that are they pulled me aside and said, today was the last day I was going to be in school, and I'm going to keep going because of you, or I was ready to give up, and just things like that. They would pull me to the side or send me messages you don't know this, but the message you did today saved my life, and things like that. So that was really, really mega for me.
Whoa.
How do you think your life would have been if you had kept all those lyrics in a book?
I would probably just be an angrier person, because it's music really is therapy for me. It really helps me focus my energy on something. It helps me express myself. And before I started really performing and taking it serious, I wasn't the most pleasant person to be around at all times. I was just always on edge. I was always ready to go, and but I think I was just really compensating for something else, and I was just vexed. And once I started getting the music out, and it just channeled me to just be better and just do different things. And I just started taking art like way more serious. And yeah, it really saved me from going down a different path. Even the style of music, I was making a lot of negative music, and that had to change too, because it's energy. You know, you're repeating things over and over and over and over again, and then your life starts turning into it, and you're like, wait, what is this? This is not what I want for my life. So
yeah, that seems to happen a lot when it comes to artists, especially artists that started off in hardcore, the gangster rap scene. And then now you see they're more mellowed out. They're more talking about more conscious stuff as well. I wanted to kind of bring the discussion back a bit to fatherhood, because you were open with us with that on the air, and I wanted to know, like, how does when you first found out that you were going to become a father, like, how did that impact you, and what, like, outside of art and outside of your music, like, how did that impact your life and kind of mold the way that you want your future trajectory to be?
Well, for one, when I found out, I got nervous. It hits your chest, like, what am I doing with my entire life? Like, right now, do I even make sense in life? Because you start realizing that you're responsible for someone no matter what. And what are you going to do about that? It's either you can fold or really excel. And I was just like, it just made me excel and just go harder. Like, I would just record more. Well, yeah, because at the time I was still able to record when I found out. So I would record more. I did this whole album. And it was just like, I just wanted to be better, just better in all aspects. I started working out more. I started eating better, just on all levels, because it's like, you have a child that wants to run around, you're going to tell him no because you're tired? Like, that's whack. You can't pick him up because your arms are weak? That's whack. You can't, you know what I'm saying? All these things started playing in my mind, and as a kid growing up, my dad wasn't around as much as I liked him to be, so that also played a big factor in, I'm not going to do that, so I'm going to always be around. I'm always, I'm playing, I'm doing things, I'm being childlike, and even that, to just take off that cool edge and just be a kid. Just run and roll on the ground. All right, let's roll on the ground. Let's go have some. It just made me lighter in my spirit, and just want to do more, want to be better in general. Really. Yeah, like spirituality, I started like just looking up just into more things. And also, you start realizing that you're the source of information now for your child. So you better know things. So if you don't know things, he's going to learn it from somewhere else. So you got to start learning stuff. Just learn. Just learn about energy. Learn about your feelings. Learn that too. Because I have a son. Sorry, I'm going to have so many things that come to my mind. Yeah. But because I have a son, it's important for him to grow up to be the right kind of man as well. Yes. And he has to learn how to control his emotions. And if he doesn't know how to do that, I have to learn how to control mine first, so I could teach him the tricks on how to do that. Because guys, they can't go around super emotional and doing whatever the hell they feel like doing. That's not how the world works. So you have to be able to control yourself, know yourself, and all these things. And the fact that I want to teach them is things that I'm now teaching myself pretty much. Yeah. So that's when they say your kid makes you better, you don't realize that it's because you really start improving your own life.
And where did you learn, or where did you go for information in terms of how to deal with your emotions and how to deal with really portraying a better image to your son?
I'm online a lot. I go, well, not a lot, but I Google stuff. My brother Pharaoh, he's really into energy as well. Well, my family we're really into energy and those kind of things. So it wasn't really that hard for me to look into it. And I like to reflect a lot. I think a lot. I'm always in my head. So it's just really that too. I don't read. I like to read more. I read a couple of books, but it's just really different things I would take in online. Like, one big thing I like is what is it called? The Four Agreements.
Oh, that's a great book.
Yeah. Like, things like that where it's just like, okay.
What are those agreements?
I got you. Don't take things personally. Don't make assumptions. Yeah. Be impeccable with your word, and always do your best.
Wow.
There you go.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's
Perfect.
The four agreements to me is like it's the philosophy that if everybody
Exactly.
today decided that they were gonna live their life by those four agreements, the entire
Legit.
world would be a better place.
Legit. I honestly agree with that, and like that's everybody I talk to. I tell them because it's more than religious than anything. It's just like these four principles, and you're good to go. Because taking things personal is a huge thing. A lot of people do. Whatever people do, it has nothing to do with you.
Yeah.
And like just things like that is just is and doing your best. Like do your best, and like things like that. Oh, sorry, 1 second. I don't know what just happened. You guys still hear me?
Yeah,
Yes, we
we're
still
here.
hear
We
you,
got
Renee.
you.
Okay, yeah. So yeah, like, those four agreements is actually one of the biggest things that I take in and I push to everybody. Once I read that, I was like, wow, okay, it's not that complicated. Just just follow these and just be in tune with yourself.
But
and in terms of being in tune with my emotions, it's just like when it feels bad, don't do it. Like when you're doing something, if you feel it, that's your body like literally rejecting it. And if you're like, no, I'm gonna still, then like all the bad things that are gonna come, you earn those. But you gotta really ride with your vibe. Once you're in tune, your body will let you know everything.
So it's not so much a matter of controlling your emotions than understanding them.
Exactly.
And becoming in tune with them so that because I don't know if you have this, but I find that we are way more intuitive than we give ourselves credit for. Have you ever had a situation where you felt like you're walking down the street and something tell you turn left here, and you say no, I'm gonna go straight, and then something bad happens when you go straight, and it's like bro, and then you have that same thing going, well, I told you to turn left.
Yeah.
You know, it's
honestly, because we're connected. We're all connected with the universe. I always believe that, and like once your energy is positive, it's here to guide you. And if you try to fight it, then all right, like good luck. But it's 100%. And knowing like what you just said, knowing and understanding your emotions is way more crucial than controlling them. Because like you could feel yourself getting angry and be like, whoa, I feel it. I'm about to just exit this situation, or I'm going to deal with this, as opposed to not even knowing when it's coming, and then you just blow up, and you're like, damn, I didn't even know I was about to go all the way there. But like, understanding your emotions is super crucial, and being in tune with
the
with
energy
the source
of the world.
is crucial. The energy.
Yeah.
Listen to your gut. It tells you bust a left, bust that left, yo. For all you know, it could be a bag of money right when you turn left. But, like, a lot of us fight it. Like, a lot of us are like, no, but I don't have nothing on the left for me. I don't need to go down there.
Yeah, that's going to be a longer route home.
You know? But
you never
don't know what you're missing.
Yeah. And sometimes, when I would go home from wherever I'm working downtown and I have to go home, there's always multiple ways to go home. And sometimes I'll have something that tells me, get off the train at the metro at this spot, walk for this distance, take the bus, and I'm just like, but nothing happened, and my consciousness is like, exactly. And because sometimes it's not a matter of that you're gonna have a positive experience. Sometimes it's a matter of it's going to save you from a different experience or a negative experience that you don't need to have at that moment or whatever. So
it's true.
I try personally to become more in tune with my emotions and understand. And it's a difficult thing because the society that we live in, especially as black men, we are, any emotion outside of anger and happiness is like, nope, you can't have that. And it's like, but bro.
Yeah, it's true. It's true. Like, and the more I got in tune with myself, it's like I would see something happy and be like, yo, is this eye water? What is this? Like, this is weird. I'm not used to this for happy things. Like, this is started getting weird. I've watched like a Disney movie. I'm like, this never hit like this. What is this? But it's just like, when you start getting in tune and realize, yo, it's okay to feel. Like, but as black men, it wasn't okay to feel for a long time. It was just, yo, bombs could drop on your head and you have to be the tough guy at all times. And like, that it's so it's wearing on you after a while.
Yeah.
But yeah, being in tune is crucial.
Yeah. So, just in case you're tuning in for the first time, we are talking to MCity Solo here on Soul Perspectives, and we're going to take a quick break. We are going to play some more of his music. Keep it locked. You are listening to Soul Perspectives here on CKUT 90.3
90.3
FM.